riding the Zero DSR immediately transformed me into a kid. Snickering insanely as I sneaked through movement and by clueless walkers, getting a kick out of the stunned faces on these guiltless onlookers was one of the main reasons I appreciated the Zero DSR. The second included the R part of its model assignment. I desired the ninja-like stealth, however remained for the guaranteed 116 pounds-to-foot of torque. Whenever there was earth and locate, a fix of rock, an unbordered grower in the parking area, I would shortcut for it, illuminating the back tire speedier than the previously mentioned blameless onlooker could shield themselves from the clean. I jumped at the chance to state I'm sorry to learn man in that auto at the Rose Bowl parking area who persevered through an extensive dust storm blowing into his open auto windows. Better believe it, I didn't successfully raise the general visibilities of motorcycling that day, yet I realized I expected to get the DSR off of the asphalt and far from the throngs of walkers that so thickly populate the LA Bowl. Someplace where I could never again be a risk to clean auto insides and genuine Starbucks going regular citizens. Why? Since the execution of the 2018 Zero DSR is the little red electric cruiser on my shoulder instructing me to pull out all the stops, to do it, and the little dependable white one is mysteriously gone. The 2018 Zero DSR has a higher yield 775 amp engine controller, contrasted with the non-R model's 550 amp controller, combined with an overhauled Z-Force engine with higher temperature magnets, once more, contrasted with the non-R display without the high temp magnets, which, on the off chance that you hadn't just assembled it, is quick. Genuine quick. The claim is 70 horsepower, which is respectable, however the 116 pounds-to-foot of torque is the ringer. While to some degree delicate on the underlying turn even in sport mode, customized along these lines to anticipate loopage, once you get into the meat and potatoes of the throttle and the torque begins building, it does as such speedy and proudly, as though saying, you requested this, now hang on. With sport mode giving you everything the engine brings to the table, you can likewise tone down the execution and lift your mileage by utilizing Eco mode, constraining best speed to 70 miles per hour and decreasing torque. Obviously, on the off chance that you locate those two modes too far separated and are searching for your own particular Goldilocks setting, there's an application for that. The third and last mode is the custom setting, which enables you to set your own particular inclinations of max torque, top speed, max regen, and max regen brake by means of the Zero Motorcycles application on your cell phone. When associated with the bicycle gathers the information and changes the custom mode to the parameters you've set. In the event that you turn off the bike and walk out on and your telephone doesn't associate, the cruiser will hold the last settings it had for the custom mode. The DSR just accompanies one battery choice, which is the 102V, 14.4 kWh, 12.6 kWh ostensible, ZF 14.4. You do have the alternative of including the extra power tank for an irrelevant $2,895 to expand limit by 3.6 kWh. The ZF 14.4's territory is guaranteed at 163 city miles and 78 expressway miles, in the event that you keep up a steady 70 miles per hour. In spite of the fact that as of late, in the wake of going out with a full charge, a 16-mile round trip that included altogether interstate miles, saw a 82% battery level upon my arrival home. That mileage compares to more than 80 miles of range at speeds well over 70 miles per hour, expecting the check works reliably. Obviously, your mileage may fluctuate. When it comes time to energize, the Zero incorporates a charging link concealed into a pleasant round gap in the swing arm, taking into account simple charging from your run-of-the-mill US 120V outlets. Charge time from a family outlet is appraised at 9.3 hours for 0 to 95% charge and 9.8 hours for 0 to 100%. Obviously, why invest all that energy holding up when you have the alternative of buying the extra charge tank? For $2,295 this update will enable you to utilize level 2, 220V charging stations while you're all over the place, or in the event that you possess an electric vehicle and have had the framework introduced. Zero claims the energizes to 6x quicker with the charge tank, considering a full charge in 2.5 hours and a 0 to 95% charge in 2 hours. It ought to be noted be that as it may, you should pick whether you need quicker charge capacity or more range, since you can't equip both the charge tank and power tank to a similar bike. Of the two, we'd pick the charge tank alternative. fundamentally on the grounds that the power tank includes an about 50-pound battery far from the bicycle's focal point of mass, and furthermore on the grounds that the charge tank is more valuable in ordinary circumstances. Riding the Zero is an alternate ordeal without a doubt, however it's not all that not the same as a run-of-the-mill ice bicycle. It doesn't take some time before you've disregarded the absence of moving and grasping, however despite everything I end up going after apparition levers once in a while. The DSR offers an unbiased riding position and a 31.8-inch tall wide seat that is throughout the day, or 7,163 miles, agreeable. Since this is the double game model, you get huge foot pegs that seem as though they ought to be on my Enterprise bicycle. While the foot pegs offer plentiful hold and surface size, the DSR doesn't have much ground freedom and could profit by bar risers on the off chance that you anticipate remaining for any measure of time. Keep the going 4x4 romping restricted to smooth fire streets and urine for a regard, as the Pirelli Mount 60s offer quite great hold in dusty, gravelly conditions, and the torque will make them loosen up the backside and looking like jarred knees around each corner.